Before I get started in this video, I just want you to please excuse my voice. I am getting over my fourth cold of 2025. Yes, it is March. I don't know why I keep getting sick, but we're just gonna have to ignore it. I was never really that into Disney princesses growing up. For some reason, I felt this weird need as a kid to reject pretty much anything and everything that was pink or considered girly. I don't know why, because that is not who I am today at all. If you told 7-year-old me that I would own a pink cell phone and my favorite color would be violet, she would have thought you were crazy. However, my younger sister was the complete and total opposite of that. Like most little girls in the 2000s, she had a Disney princess phase. More specifically, during the time where they looked like this. Her obsession with Disney princesses, coupled with the fact that my parents bought us a lot of DVDs growing up, I ended up watching quite a few Disney Princess straight-to-DVD movies throughout my childhood. Of course, we had the typical sequels, but one of the DVDs that really stood out to me as a kid was the Disney Princess Enchanted Tales, Follow Your Dreams.
A whole new world of magic awaits with Disney Princess,
I'm here!
where dreams begin and the fantasy never ends.
While Disney has been releasing princess movies since the 1930s, I was surprised to find out that the official Disney Princess brand wasn't really a thing until the year 2000. The brand started with 8 characters: Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, and Mulan. Of course, throughout the years, they would go on to add Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, Moana, and Raya. Anna and Elsa apparently are not part of this line because their franchise is just that profitable that it just sells well on its own. I was born a year later, so I really just never knew of a world where a Disney princess wasn't like an official thing. Shortly after the launch of the Disney Princess line, Disney would release Disney Princess stories on DVD with a total of 3 volumes throughout 2003 and 2004. Essentially, these contained 4 short stories featuring the princesses. As far as I could tell, these were all compilations of various pre-existing episodes, shorts, and TV specials. I know for a fact that the Ariel and Jasmine segments in these DVDs were episodes from the Little Mermaid series and Aladdin series from the 90s, although I'm not entirely sure where the Belle and Cinderella segments of these DVDs were sourced from. Each of the short stories on these DVDs were tied together with really dated CGI animation. Even as a kid, I remember it looking bad.
Disney introduces an all-new princess collection.
That's wonderful! How exciting!
Disney Princess Enchanted Tales, featuring all new stories and songs.
Disney Princess Enchanted Tales was released in 2007 by Disney Toon Studios and featured 2 original half-hour-long specials featuring Aurora and Jasmine. The first segment, Keys to the Kingdom, revolves around Aurora, who is left to look after the kingdom for a few days while her parents and Prince Philip are away at a royal conference. Aurora is confident that she can run the kingdom on her own, despite the 3 fairies offering to help her. Worried, Merryweather lends Aurora her magic wand just in case. It really doesn't take long for Aurora to realize that the people of the kingdom are incredibly needy, and she starts relying more and more on the magic wand, which she doesn't have a lot of experience in using. And this, of course, leads to a huge mess. She eventually learns to have patience and to follow her instincts rather than rely so much on magic. Yes, this story is incredibly predictable, but I actually remember really liking this as a kid. As someone who didn't like Disney princesses, something about this really held my attention. To this day, I really do not enjoy Sleeping Beauty. I've tried rewatching it several times, and honestly, it's just kind of boring. I don't care for the music or the characters. Besides the fairies and Maleficent, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bland for me. So whenever Disney does release like some sort of remake or like some sort of reimagining of the story, it's kind of a given that I'm gonna like it better than the original movie. Like, for example, I do really like Maleficent. I think it's a really good movie. Like, out of the Disney live action remakes, I think it is one of the better ones. I really like the song Keys to the Kingdom as well. It's been well over 15 years since I've seen this movie, and Keys to the Kingdom will still pop up in my head at least once every 6 months. The second segment focuses on Jasmine, who is essentially tired of her day-to-day life being a princess. She believes that she's capable of more and wants more responsibility. Her father, the Sultan, assigns her to be the royal assistant educator, much to Jasmine's excitement. Unfortunately, her students, a bunch of young children, are completely out of control. She eventually learns that patience and perseverance is the key to get things done. As a kid, I found myself less interested in this short. Honestly, it could be for a variety of reasons. It could just be because it's the second segment out of 2 kind of long shorts or like episodes. It also could be just again, I wasn't a Disney princess girl back in the day, so I probably just didn't care for it much. However, I really like the concept of this, and I kind of wish that I gave it more of a shot, because I feel like now I would like it more. I really like the song more than A Peacock Princess. I think it's catchy, it's nice, it's fun. I also think the overall lesson of this segment is more applicable to kids. Like, I don't know, personally, I think patience and perseverance is a better lesson than trust your instincts, because sometimes your instincts aren't always the best. Like, these aren't supposed to be high art. I mean, it's really just meant for young kids. I don't know, I tend to be way more forgiving of these direct-to-DVD movies that don't claim to be sequels. Like, if something is a sequel, I'm more inclined to compare it to the original. But like with these, like with Enchanted Tales and like, I don't know, Belle's Magical World or whatever, I'm like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. They're more upfront about what you're getting. Like, a good example of this is if they changed the name of Cinderella 2 to like Cinderella's Adventures, I would be like, oh, this isn't really a sequel, it's just a collection of shorts for kids who like Cinderella. Originally, Disney Princess Enchanted Tales was meant to be a series of DVD releases, with the first entry originally supposed to be named A Kingdom of Kindness.
For everyone who loves the Disney princesses, comes an all-new princess collection.
How wonderful.
Disney Princess Enchanted Tales, featuring all new stories, songs, and lessons. In the premiere, A Kingdom of Kindness,
I have a surprise.
the beloved Aurora stars in her first new story since the original Sleeping Beauty, where she discovers the true value of kindness. The all-star voice cast from Beauty and the Beast returns.
Are we ready?
Ready. We're all excited.
In Belle's newest adventure as she learns to show kindness through giving.
This would feature segments starring Belle and Aurora. Aurora would have had a completely different story than the one featured in Follow Your Dreams. Both of these segments did make it pretty far into production. You can actually see trailers on various DVD releases for Kingdom of Kindness. The reasons for the seemingly last-minute change are unknown. I was never able to find like a clear reason why they would do this. There was also a second release in the series that was planned that was gonna feature Cinderella and Mulan. And as a kid, I loved Mulan, yes, even the sequels. So I feel like younger me would have loved to see a half-hour-long Mulan episode. I would have been thrilled. That's another thing too, I have no idea what to call these, like, cause they're not quite episodes, cause they're longer than 20 minutes, but they're also, I feel like they're too long to be considered shorts too. I guess I could call them specials or segments or whatever, but they're not specials because they weren't on TV, they were on DVD. So yeah, I'm calling them different things throughout this video, but just know they're 30 minutes long, each of these like segments that I'm talking about. It is pretty widely believed that the cancellation of this series was due to the merging of Disney and Pixar in 2006, which brought John Lasseter onto the scene, making him the chief of animation for both Disney and Pixar. This led to the Disney Toon Studios president. Just a year later, Sharon Morrill, the president of Disney Toon Studios at the time, did step down, and Lasseter would go on to cancel just a ton of Disney Toon projects that were in the works at the time. These projects included, but were not limited to, Chicken Little 2, An Ugly Duckling Story, Dumbo 2, Aristocats 2, and Dwarves, which was supposed to be like a Snow White spin-off. I think I talked about it on my channel like years ago, but yeah. Would have been pretty cool to see, not gonna lie. Eventually, Disney Toon Studios did shut down altogether in 2018, and while I wasn't a fan of everything the studio was putting out, it is kind of sad to hear, especially now because it feels like Disney is just kind of releasing every single feature-length animated movie that they make in theaters. And to be honest, some of them would have probably been better off as Disney Plus originals. In my opinion. However, I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you watch Enchanted Tales back in the day? Did you like it growing up? Are you disappointed that the series was canceled? I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!